In a previous video, we explored types of data. In this video, we explore representations of data. Data is raw information. That is a collection of facts. And before it can have meaning, data must be processed. When data is processed, organised, structured, and presented, it becomes information. And information is context dependent, and so it is important to consider the audience and how the data is presented. We quite like this infographic as it encapsulates what we are talking about here. This infographic features an assortment of Lego, different colours and sizes, and the Lego is sorted by the attributes of colour. The data then becomes arranged, and lastly, it's visually presented. Presentation is important, and if you're familiar with infographics, they display data in many different ways. Some are quite eye-catching and might provide great examples for exploration and analysis in class. Essentially, software applications are created to process data. This is also referred to as data processing. Software accepts data as input and produces information as output, and we'll cover input and output at a much later module. One example might be a weather application. The site takes in data about the weather through measurements, analysis, and it produces visual information so that we're able to make decisions about maybe what to wear during the week. As humans, we're able to also collect and organise data and present it as information. In the early years, children focus on making connections between text, images and symbols, as well as numbers. Some examples we've already presented here have children matching numbers of objects to values, presenting information and numbers in different ways, and sorting blocks and objects by attribute. Students of all ages can explore different types of graphs and ways of presenting information. In the early years, some examples are bar graphs, labelling, numbers and pictographs. In the learning objectives for bands 3 to 4, children begin to experiment with presenting the same data in different ways. How many different ways can you present the number 9? If you have a moment, pause your video and have a try at brainstorming. There are many different ways to present data, from words to numerals to different languages and visual images. In these years, children can practice presenting different data and thinking about the way that data is presented and the easiest way to present the information. And also thinking, does it suit the context? We can see students presenting a number as many different ways that they can think of. We can also see students start to develop different ways of thinking about manipulating numbers. Data representation is not limited to numbers. There are some great software out there that allow you to explore analysis of text, such as Wordle or Tuxedo. Data can also be represented in the form of codes, like barcodes and QR codes, or through sound. Here I've presented my name, Rebecca, as a QR code, and as a wavelength recording of my voice saying it. There are also activities where students can collect data as a class and present it visually. We love these examples found on Pinterest, where one teacher used a table to collect data about students' predictions in science. Also, another example presents students' families as a beautiful image. It's also important to ask questions about what the presented information tells you. This class made some inferences, one being that no family was the same. We'll explore pattern identification more closely in the next video.